A heading, write a Verilog code to realize binary synchronous up counter. They are telling it's a binary counter, yes, so we need to count for maximum values, and synchronous counter I need to design, and it is they're telling it's up counter. For explanation purpose, I'm going to take on here it is 3-bit counter for writing. You can write for n-bit counter, not an issue. So design it's difficult, but writing Verilog code it is very easy for me. So I'm going to take on it is a 3-bit counter for case. Just see this is my block diagram what I'm going to take on. I given one name for this one. The name it is binary underscore sync underscore up I given, and here it is what are the inputs I need to consider. If you take any one of the counter, so clock it is the main thing it is, and here I'm going to use one more input, it's a reset. For synchronous counter if you're not taken also it will work, but we'll see that I'm going to take on one reset for in order to show the difference between synchronous and asynchronous. I'm going to use this reset, and we have a one counter. It is my output I'm going to take, and it is so here it is my count, it is on output. I already told that it's in a 3-bit. I'm going to take on it is so for the 3 bits, so I taken as a 2 down to 0 one out the output signal I'm going to take on here it is count. So what is the working, how it is working, let's see. Here it is very simple. I'm going to take on a rising edge of my clock. So I'm going to take a rising edge, I'm not going to take on any bubble here. So only rising edge of my clock I'm going to write the program. So initial values are 0 0 0. After that need to count it's a 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. After 7 you need to come back to 0. That is my intention. That is a synchronous up counter. Let's see how to write the Verilog code. So just open your Xilinx. So just I'm going to share that. Just I'll go to file, new project. So and make sure that in the USA number only you create. Suppose if you want to some one of the day you need to open means easily you can open. So I'm going to create with your section. So I'll take my D drive, and the D drive I created for you. It is a D section. Just I'm selecting that. So make sure that okay. So today we're looking for the counter programs. Just I'm going to take and hit is counter. Yes, I'm going to use a counter. Counters I'll take. So one project name. Just give next. So and make sure that here it is simulator isim simulator. Give next. Finish. Okay. Once it is finished, on the left hand side you can see that this is my project. Under that we are going to take on one IC. So just click on this IC. Right click. You have an option for new source. Just click on this. And here you need to write the Verilog code. How to write the Verilog code? And just see the module name. What is the module name I given? Binary sync up. This is my module name. So just type this one. Here it is. I'll take the code. It is binary. So I'll take. You can give any name. So for differentiation, I'm given it's a binary counter. I'm going to design. So synchronous counter I'm doing. So and it's the up counter program. You can give any name. Just I'm given one name. So next, after that, you need to select the Verilog module. You need to select the Verilog module and give next. And give next and finish it. Make sure that this is a Verilog code. This is a file name what we are given, and the module name what I'm given. It's a binary synchronous up. So these are the comments. If you want to remove, you can remove it. Just I'm deleting this. Yeah. So I'll zoom. Yeah. So here I want to write the program. So how to write the Verilog program? You just try for this. So what this is my block diagram. So what I need to write first, module is there, module name is there, then what I need to do? So this require the port list. So the port list it consists of what are the inputs and what are the outputs you have here. What are the inputs and what are the outputs you have? Yes. So just what you need to type, just type it's a clock, it is one of the input. Next RST reset I'm going to take in. Next, see here also if you want to use one variable C or R also you can use. For your understanding purpose I'm going to take on. So if you take C and R also it is okay for you. Next I'm going to take on one variable for output, that is count. Just I'm declaring, so listing my inputs and outputs based on the module. So you can see that module name it is this one. This is module name what I'm given, it is this one, binary synchronous up, and clock and reset are inputs. see output, it is my output. Just I'm typing this. Later, what is the keyword we are going to use? Once you list out, what is the next line? Yes, we need to declare the inputs and outputs. Just use a keyword, it is input. Good. Yeah, what are the inputs you have in the list? So input of what? Yes, clock, comma, a reset. I'm going to use. So give a semicolon. Next, I want to declare my outputs. Yes, I'll take output. So here I'm going to write the vanilla code in your behavioral module only. Then outputs are declaration type. If it is a behavioral module, in the last class, how you define outputs are. So then, what is the outputs you have? This is a register you have. Then, what is the output? Here I'm going to taken according to block diagram. I taken it's a counter. Okay, you just take a count first. So I'm going to taken a count. But count value, it is an output one where it is not a single variable. Here I'm going to take it as a count value. It is taken as a 3 bits, 0, 1, 2. So then how I'm going to define this one? I need to define a vector here. How to define my vector? Register count. The count value we can represent it by the square brackets. So here it is how many bits? 3 bits. 3 bits means 2 down to 0. So output, it is a register. It's 2 down to 0. Okay, it's a counter. So up to here we define what we done. So module, it's a binary synchronous up counter I'm written. So inputs I'm defining and outputs I define. So after that, so I'm writing the vanilla code means what is the keyword we are going to start? What is the next line? What is the next line? How we are going to start my vanilla code of a behavioral module? What is the difference? Main difference? Yes, you just use always. Yeah, always of what? No, always at what I need to write here? Inputs. So here it is, I'm looking for my clock signal and it is a synchronous counter means, so I'm going to take in my block diagram, I'm talking about the rising edge of clock only need to be changed. Then what I need to type here it is, if it is changes at the rising edge of my clock, last class what we done, always at, what we done, pause. Yes, we need to define that it's a positive edge of my clock, it is changing. Just define that positive edge of a clock. This is a variable I'm going to take, and just I'm going to take a clock. This is my clock. See here it is always at positive edge of my clock. Something need to happen. I want to define this, and don't give a semicolon. Just start the begin and end. Between the begin and end, you need to write the program. It's very simple. I'm going to write the program for up count. Up count what it is telling, and you are going to take a reset also. So in the counter what it will do, if my value it is reset, if you want you can take one more column also, here it is. If you reset means it will come back to 0. Otherwise you need to start to count. That is my intention. So what I'm going to do here it is, just I'm going to write if else statement. I'm going to use if else statement, then easily will get my outputs. How? See, just give the tab if reset. So what is the variable you are going to use for reset? RST. Use that RST. If you want, you can define equal to 1. If you're not define also, it will consider as a high value only. If reset, then if reset is equal reset, then what I need to do? What is my count value? If reset, what is my count value? Count is equal to, what is the value you'll get? It's 0. So 0, how I'm going to take, and it's a count here, I'm going to take, and it's in a 3 bits. If you want, you can define this way. First I'm going to defining, later I'm going to do changes. I'll take 3-bit binary. So if it is count, if it is reset, I'm going to load my count value, it is 0 0 0, 3-bit information of 0 0 0. Okay, else what I need to do, If reset, my count value it is 0. Else, what is happening now? If it is no, if reset is not there, means if reset it is equal to 0, then what I need to do? I need to increase the count, right? Count how it is increasing? Every time it is increased by 1, right? Then how I'm going to write? It's very simple. Just count is equal to count plus 1. So we can write count plus 1. In this way also you can do that. Okay, so here you can do that. What I'm doing, that's all. So if reset is there, count value it is 0, 3-bit binary 00 I'm doing. And here also, if you want, you can define as a 3-bit binary 001 also you can take your wish. Okay, otherwise you can reduce this program. Okay, so what I'm doing, if reset is there, count value it is 0, else count is equal to count plus 1. Clear about this one? Only the three statements. Extra thing what we are adding. Is it clear this program? Anybody having doubts? Just do the select this one, just synthesize and go to check syntax. So error is there. What is that error? Unexpected token, line number 9. Okay, then you can consider it is 3 tick binary 001 you can take. Just check it out. Yeah, sorry, semicolon it's missing, right? Okay, okay, that is the main thing. Just I'll save. I'll remove that. So green mark it's coming, not an issue. So if you want, you can define here. Otherwise, you can write directly. So count is equal to count value. Okay, first I'll take this one. Later I'll do the modification. We'll see that. So just see that. Make sure that green tick should be here. After that, what we need to do? We need to write the test bench program. This right? It's very simple. So just go to simulation. This is my project. First click this one and don't click here, it is counter. Counter if you're clicking means ICM simulator, it will not be appear. And if you click IC also it will not appear. Make sure that this test bench program should be highlighted. Yes, then only ICM simulator it will come to a picture. Just right click here, new source, and I'm going to write my Verilog text picture you need to select. I'm going to write here it is test bench program. Next, you can give any name for this. So my understanding I'll give one here it is binary underscore sync underscore I given a test. So this is a test bench program I given. Any name you can give. Just give next. It is asking which is my source file. Yeah, this is my source file binary sync up counter. Yes. Just give next. Finish it. And how to write the Verilog code? How to write the test bench program? That is very important thing. Let's see here it is. I'm going to take an this is my I taken it's a what is the name I given binary sync test I have and register clock I have, and here it is inputs are registers, outputs are wires, and it's a port mapping it's done. Here you can write the program. After initial you need to write the program. So just remove these comments. If you want you can keep that one, otherwise I just removing these comments green color. Yes, initial I have a just give a enter begin. Now you can see that initial clock value is 0. In after that reset value is 0. Next, what I'm going to do when I'm going to write my program, if reset is equal to 1, then count value should be to 0. If reset value it is 0 means, then what you need to do? So count should be it is increases. That is my intention, right? So otherwise, if you want to working for low means you can give reset is equal to 0. If you give in this way, reset is equal to 0, then count value will come to 0, or reset is equal to 1 means it will start to increasing. This way also you can write. So just I'm going to take for reset is equal to 1, the value I'm going to make it as 0. That is my intention right now. Then what I'm going to do, just write the test bench program. Clock is 0 is there, reset initial it is 0 is there. Yes. So after some time, what I'm going to do, I'll change my reset value. I'll change my reset value. Okay, I'll take my reset value as 1. Okay, next after 100 nanosecond, some other 100 nanosecond I'll take. Okay, after 100 nanosecond, what I'm going to do, control C, Just I'll take that. I'll take my reset value as 0. Sir, you're not changing clock? Yes, I'm not changing clock. Here it is. So why I'm not changing? So clock initially it is 0. So what is the statement we are going to use to change the clock? Previously in the test bench program, see how it is changing. What is the statement we are chosen in the test bench program? Remember, always, because it's continuously need to be changed, right? That is my intention. Clock means how will get 0 1 0 1 0 1 continuously need to be changed. Yes, always. So make sure that, so that timing what you are given delay should be less than of this one, then only easily you'll get the waveform. So you can give a 10 or 5 your wish. So I'm going to use just 5 for here. It is ash 5 indicates the delay of that. So what is the thing I'm going to take on clock? Initially clock value is 0. So every 5 nanoseconds clock should be this changes to complemented value. Clock is equal to tilt of clock. So if 0 is there, 1 need to be get, 1 is there means 0 it will get. So it is why I given for always statement. So in the first class only I told that if always statement it is repeated continuously, it will be repeated. Initial statement it will be executed only once. That's why initial statement will be executed only once, but always statement is repeated continuously because my clock signal it is continuously need to be executed. That's why I'm going to take in the always statement. Clear? And make sure that don't write always statement here. After reset, if you write means definitely show error. Okay. Initial, begin, end. After end, you need to write this program. Okay. So what I have to do? Just select this project. After that, just check any errors is there. So first save and just check it out. Any errors is there? Here it is. No errors. Then go to simulate behavioral module. So something is coming. Just uh, zoom out. Next, I'm going to take an floating window. Just analyze. Just zoom that. Something it is coming, just take it on the scroll and you analyze. See, initially what I am getting this waveform, I'm getting some red mark. This is my output. Okay, just see, this is my clock signal. I'm going to take its clock, I'll take it to here, and reset I'm going to take on here. Initially I'm going to take on reset is equal to 0. If reset is equal to 0, count should be, it is increasing, but I'm not getting here. It is outputs here getting, it is xxx. So here it is, just zoom it. Then after some times it will start to increasing. So reset 1 is there. Reset 1 means value it is 0, and when reset is equal to reset I'm making 1 here, you can see that. Then only I'll make count value, initial value it is 0. After that it will start to counting value. You can see that 1 0 1 0 2 3 4 5 6 7. After 7 it will come back to 0 1 2 3 4 5. This process it will be repeated continuously, it will be repeating. Okay, if you want to see this waveform, if you want to see this waveform in terms of decimal, or it's in a sign numbers, anything if you want to see or hexadecimal value, then what you have to do, just click on this waveform, right click here, you have an option, it is radix, and you can see that it's displaying its default binary. If you want to see the numbers in decimal, you can give signed decimal or unsigned decimal. I'll give an unsigned decimal because we are not going to use any sign number. Just click on, just see that 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, and it once again it come back to 0. So this is the up counter. Is it clear about this waveform? On that, so in exam also they can ask, in the viva also they can ask, okay, just remove this x mark. So okay, initial count I want to start from 5, something they will tell. And what is the modification I can do? Let's move on to that. Just once it is clear everything means, please before go changes anything in the project, just close this one window, otherwise it shows some errors. So if you want you can save, otherwise you give no. And one more window you have here, it is just this one also you need to close. Yes. Now what I'm going to do modification, see, initially I'm not going to take on any value here it is. That's why it is coming X mark. That's I'll give on a value it is count value initially I'll give 0. And here also you can do modification. I don't want to give all 3 bits. I want to remove this one, just I'll give a 0. It will work. And here also count value if you want you can do, just remove this. Just remove this. I'll give a 0. Sorry, 1. It just give 1. Clear about this one? So I just give an initial value to 0 and I make my count value initial value 0. Instead of taking 3 bits of 0 0, I'll take 0 only, and here it is I've taken 1. I'm just reducing my program. Next again you just save. Should be it is implementation and check syntax. If implementation highlighted, then only it will come this check syntax, otherwise it will not come. Yeah, no errors. So no need to change anything in the test bench program. So just check your behavioral model, behavioral check. Next go to simulate behavioral model. Okay, just take the float window, and now I'll just take the floating window, just zoom that. Okay, just zooming. Just analyze what you have to do. Just some click somewhere. First you keep this clock, and next it is a reset, and next it is a count. You can see that. So initially I'm going to take on 0. So I'm going to make my reset value to 0. Start to counting from initial stage only. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's coming. Carefully you see that. So I'm going to reduce. Okay, waveform. See, somewhere it is the value it is 1 is there. Reset value it is 1. And carefully you observe here. What I'm doing after 100 nanosecond, I'm doing my reset value is 1. That is my test bench program, right? You return here. Initially clock is equal to 0, reset is equal to 0. After 100 nanosecond, you're making reset is equal to 1. In the waveform, so reset is equal to 1, but still my outputs are not changing because it is a synchronous counter. It's totally depend upon your clock signal. You return the program here, so you need to be changed at the only at the rising edge, post edge of my clock signal only, right? Then it will be changes at the only rising edge of my clock signal. Yes, so it will be changes. See, this is a falling edge. It will not be changed here. It will wait. Even though my reset value is 1, so this 0, 1, 0 only it will be happier here, and it will wait at the rising edge. In the rising edge, the value become here. It is 0. Carefully you observe that. That is the difference. The synchronous counter, it's not depend upon your reset. It's totally depend upon your clock edges. Clock edges. Okay, so 0, 1, 0 means I'll get 0, 0. Next you can continue. So just see the waveform. 1 is there means no changes. Reset is equal to 1, no changes. Means value it is 0 only. When reset is equal to 0, what you return? Return that way only, right? Program. If reset is equal to 1, then count value is 0, else count should be this increases. So that is only you return the program, the value is 0, then start to increasing. Clear about this one? Changes? Is it clear about the, just see that count value should be 7 and count is equal to -1, then it is act as a down counter. So just save this one, make sure implementation, check syntax. Okay, let's go to simulation, behavioral check syntax. Okay, next simulate behavioral model. Okay, something is there means see some errors it will come. So that's why I'm telling, if waveform is there, just close this one first. This project also just close. In that cases you just remove some things. I'll remove semicolon and again you just use semicolon, just save and just check it out. Yeah, now I'll go to simulate behavioral model. Okay, next I'll go for zoom in, zoom to full view, take a floating window, just click on zoom and just scrolling. So just see that. So what I'm going to just arrange this one, easily understand. Clock first, reset, and if you want you can put it in the radix, go to radix and put in the decimal number. Now we can see that the values 7, it's not display, here it is. I taken the value to 7. After 7, so rising edge it will come to 5 4 3 2 1 0. After 0 it will come to again 7. It's down counter only, 7 6 5. Suddenly what happened here, it is, it's a reset, it is high. Once reset come to high, then what value it is changing. Here it is, carefully observe that what I did, some changes here. It is in the program I given a neg edge. Carefully you see that I given a neg edge. If you want, you can give a positive edge also. No need to give neg edge also. It will work. But changes is happening at the negative edge. Negative edge, some changes is happening. 5 become, next it is reset. Because of reset is 1, the value it is 0. Next value here it is. Reset come to a 0 here. You can see that. Next start the value to 0 is there. Next value to come to 7 6 5 4 3 2 1 0. It's a down counter. Clear about this down counter? Is it clear? Okay. Sir, okay, this is clear. Sir, what I am explaining, I am telling it's in a binary counter, synchronous counter. Okay, synchronous counter. We studied about synchronous up counter and down counter. Then, what is the meaning of asynchronous? Then, how to modify this one? What is the main difference? Just see, it's very simple. I'm just changing my code, only one statement, then it is act as asynchronous. Just see that. Just I'm closing this. No, yes. So just I'll open my project. So what I'm doing, just I'll give a positive edge only. Your wish, you can give anything. I'll give positive edge or negative edge. Okay. Initial value, I'll write for up counter only 0 and it is a +1 only. I'm not do changes anything. Okay. Just I'll give positive edge of clock or positive edge of post edge of reset. Both I'm giving. Means what it indicates, you need to do changes, either it's a positive edge of my clock or one more option you are giving, positive edge of reset, right? So for reset it is changing, it's not totally, it's not depend upon clock signal only. If reset is there, another input is there, there also need to be changes. Let's see on that one. So just I'll give a save implementation, just check syntax, any error is there. No error. I'm not changing anything in behavioral model. So just okay, next simulate. Okay, just full view and take the floating window and just give us zooming. Just analyze the waveform. So just adjust first, clock, reset and count. Now you see that count, it is up count 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, it is coming 0 1 2. After reset it will coming, everything it's okay. But what is the main difference? Carefully you observe that previously, if my, this is a waveform, same thing, I'm not going to change anything. In the falling edge the output it is not changing, right? It is changing at where? At the rising edges of my clocks only. So it's totally depend upon my clocks. But when come to here, suddenly if I make my reset value it is 1, then automatically it will be, entire action it will be takes place here only. It will not wait for the clock. If my reset value it is 1, then automatically the value output become it is 0. Is it clear this difference what we are getting? Previously it's happening here only, right? Rising edge of my clock, that is what I'm writing the program, post edge of clock or post edge of reset. What is the first option you're getting here? Reset only. So that's why when reset changes, then automatically my output will be changes here. Is it clear the differences? Okay, just see this one.